Good morning, it's Aneta Itzchak here. How are you today? Hope you are having a good week and hope you had time to celebrate the longest day of the year and the shortest night, this point in the year that shifted. And unfortunately, now the days are getting shorter and half of the year 2022 is gone. Where has it gone? So I hope you're enjoying the summer and I hope you are healthy. I hope you are well. I hope things are going well and I hope you are able to take care of yourself. And today I wanted to speak with you about something that keeps coming up a lot in mentoring sessions that I do with yoga teachers and wellness practitioners. And it's been a theme that I've been seeing over the last few weeks, a topic and a subject that comes up again and again and again. And that is about teaching yoga and having a wellness business, trauma-informed wellness business, and, working in a way that is right for us. And this question about how can we do that? How can we do that best without burning out, without having to do all the things, without feeling overwhelmed, without freaking out because the inflation is coming, because the summertime is quiet for yoga teachers. People go on holidays, especially after 2 years of the pandemic. Everybody is really tired. Everybody just wants a break, even if it is just for a few days. Everybody wants to be outside because I don't know about you, but I certainly am aware that there is a question at the back of my mind. What's going to happen when we go into autumn? How is this autumn and winter going to play out? And so there is a part of me that definitely wants to be outside as much as possible, slow down, reconnect within, go back to basics. Just doing my practice, doing my journaling, checking in with myself, being in nature, really slowing down to connect with my pace, as if in preparation for the unknown. I know it's always unknown, but after the last couple of years, it's definitely on my mind a little bit more. So one of the answers to the question of how we can work in a way that is right for us without burnout, without exhaustion, in a way that feels right, in a way that feels aligned. So one of the answers that I have for you is reconnect with your essence. When we try, and what do I mean by essence? So it's not one thing, but when we are connected to our essence, when we are connected with who we are, how we show up for ourselves, how we show up for others, it all feels really aligned. It all feels, that feels right. That feels, maybe it's challenging, but actually it feels right to do that. So when I think about essence, I think about 5 different things. There might be more, but there are 5 key things that I think about when I think about somebody's essence. And that is to do with their energy. What kind of energy do they have? If I ask you, you can check in with yourself. What kind of energy do you have? Is it really kind of fiery? Yeah, I'm doing this and I'm showing up and I am really, on it and very straight talking, very kind of high energy, bouncy? Or is your energy so much more fire? Or is your energy much more earthy, really grounded and present and stable, just being here in this kind of, yes, I'm here, I'm present, you can rely on me, I'm gonna hold you. It's kind of this sense of like Mother Earth kind of type, really holding. Or maybe you're a little bit more watery. like really full of empathy, full of holding, but in a different way, adjusting, and you know, being able to mold to what's needed in this moment, being able to build really good relationships, but in this way of like a dance. What's needed in this moment? Or maybe within your energy, you've got loads of air. So this kind of playfulness and being playful and doing things and looking at the bigger picture, big vision and big ideas and seeing the big picture. Each one of us has got all of those four. So earth, water, fire, and air, but in different combination. So really knowing what's your kind of natural tendency can be really helpful. So that's number one, your energy, kind of the quality of your energy, the essence of your energy, the element of your energy. The second one is around our personality. So each one of us has got a different personality. We, you know, we have got different cultural impact. Like, for example, me being Polish, I know that my culture, even though it's European, the same as UK, English, it's a different culture. We have got a different sense of humor. We have got, you know, we laugh at slightly different things. We tell different jokes. We have different food. We have different values. And we have different past history. So my personality is very much impacted by my culture. And even though I've lived in UK for 30 years, it's still, you know, I would never say I'm English. And I would never try to be English, even though, you know, I've been with my partner for close to 20 years, who's English, who's from Sheffield, you know, it's like, and many of my friends are English, but also many of my friends are from other places around the world. So really knowing your personality, what you like, what you dislike, how you identify yourself, who you think you are, and how you want to be. So personality it's changeable. Again, it's not something that is said, but it's impacted by so many different things. The third thing for me is your story. Your story is such a powerful thing. Your story, your journey, your challenges, what you experienced, what the healing journey that you've been on, what you've overcome, what you've learned, you know, from your experiences. Your story is such a powerful thing, because the story is not just about the facts of what happened. It's also our own framing of it, our own interpretation of it, how we tell it ourselves. It's a really powerful thing because it impacts everything that we do. And I often see people not really owning up their story. And that can be for many reasons. One of them that I see quite a lot, it's because it's hard for them to accept it. Maybe there is some more healing that needs to be done. And when I say also story, it's not like I'm saying that you need to tell everybody on the internet the details of your story, but really for yourself, working through your story and then sharing it maybe in a way that can be shared, that you feel comfortable with sharing. But it starts with you. It starts with you owning your story and maybe reframing your story into, you know, the learning and the healing and the transformational journey. The fourth thing that I think about our essence, when I think about our essence, is your heartfelt passion. What do you feel so passionate about? So it could be to do with your values. What are the values that are really important to you? But it goes beyond values. It's what do you really feel passionate about? Like you could talk all the time about. You could take action to work towards it. You really want to show up for that passion. And again, it's individual for each one of us. It's not the same for each one of us. And the last thing, the fifth one, is the training, because our essence and who we are is also influenced through the work that we do, through our training that we do in many different ways, sometimes positive, sometimes not so positive. But the training and the education that we have, what we learn about what we learn, really impacts who we are, and it impacts our essence. So our essence is a combination of those different things, and I only named 5, and there might be loads more that you might think about, but for me there are your energy, how your energy is, the quality of your energy, your personality, your story, your heartfelt passion, your training, and your education. And when you take all of those together, when you integrate all of those, there is an essence of you, embodied essence, the essence that comes through you in everything that you do. And so what I see sometimes, why am I talking about this? It's because I see sometimes yoga teachers trying to put themselves into a mold that is not really their essence. Sometimes I hear yoga teachers say, oh, I think I need to be more serious, to be taken seriously. But their essence is playfulness and joy and creativity. I sometimes see yoga teachers talk about, having to be in a different way, having to present in a different way because they are scared of being judged, because they feel that their essence is not good enough. And this is one of the things that I see yoga teachers and wellness practitioners preventing them from really embracing fully who they are and how they show up in the world. And that comes for teaching in trauma-informed way or trauma-sensitive way. You don't have to be serious. You don't have to be really grounded, and if you're much more playful, if creativity is your key, if what you are passionate about is this specific thing that other people are not so passionate about, this is how we find our own way. This is how we find our, you might have heard about niche, and this is how we find the core and the essence of what we want to do, what people call niche, and then what some people call, like Tat Hargrave talks a lot about, your point of view. So not just the niche, what you specialize in and what you feel passionate about, but your essence comes through that, your own unique take on it, that then comes from your energy and from your story. So this is why I also love, facilitating trauma-informed yoga and embodied resilience teacher trainings. And at the end, we, the final assignment is to create your own course. And everybody through the training has covered the same material, but everybody's final course is different, because everybody brings all those different aspects and integrate the material and the understanding and the knowledge and the experience of our trauma-informed teacher training, but also, they past training, they passion, they own energy, they own story. and they create something unique. Because ultimately, you know, I don't want people leave the trauma-informed yoga teacher training and do exactly the same thing as I do. I want them to create something unique that is based in the principles of trauma-informed yoga and understanding of nervous system regulation and how to support others and how to support themselves. But I want them to create something that is really aligned with their own essence. When I look at really successful practitioners that I had a real great privilege to work with, they all embraced their story. They all embraced their essence. They all embrace their heartfelt passion. And what they do and what they specialize in and their work really makes sense when you look at their story and their journey, their training, their personality, their energy. It really makes sense. Like you can really see the essence of who they are. So I can think about a couple of people off the top of my head, like Fiona Agomba, that I had the privilege of, you know, talking a number of times, who specializes in yoga therapy for burnout and fatigue and chronic conditions. You know, she experienced burnout herself, and she had to find a way to work with it. And that informs her work. It's very embodied understanding of something. And there are other practitioners out there, you know, who really understand through their own experience of what it is. And that's what they share from their embodied experience. If I think about my own story as well, you know, the working in trauma, training and teaching and working in trauma-informed yoga and somatic coaching, I understand that because of my own past experiences and because of my training and because of my challenges. You know, having 22 years experience of working in the field, but also my own personal challenges of, you know, living in London when I was 18 years old on my own, without any family, any friends, without anybody that I knew. And, you know, my story. And really understanding also for myself about, I have to work in a certain kind of way. As a practitioner, with my energy, I cannot work and see people back to back. I've never been able to do that. And I know other people who are able to do that. It's, you know, what I feel passionate about, the trauma-informed and trauma-sensitive approaches that are based around somatic self-compassion, rather than maybe more academic way of approaching something, much more academic, much more science-based. Of course, that's really important for me. But for me, much more important thing is that as a practitioner, you are able to develop somatic self-compassion for yourself and compassion for others. And come from that perspective of being able to be fully present and hold the space for yourself and your students and your clients. So when one of the things that I wanted to say is, how do you know that you are not living with your essence? Well, you will feel that something is off. It will feel kind of like you're trying really hard. It's just not gelling. You will feel tired because it takes a lot of energy and inner effort, that inner conflict that might be about knowing who I am, but actually not embracing it fully, not living in alignment with it. And so if it feels like that for you, come back to basics, reconnect with yourself through slowing down, through your yoga or movement practice, through journaling, through somatic self-compassion practices, through taking time to look after your body, to look after your soul, look after your mind, giving yourself time and space to really reconnect. And then from that space, moving forward, making decisions and moving forward. So I hope that makes sense. I wanted to share that with you because this is something, as I said at the beginning, that keeps coming up again and again and again. We are all different. We can work in line with certain principles, like trauma-informed yoga principles, but that doesn't mean that we have to lose our essence. The more we bring our essence, who we are, our unique way of doing things, of seeing things, of connecting with others, the easier it is to work in this way, to move forward, to create a vision and work in a long-term sustainable way. I hope that makes sense. I'd love to hear your thoughts. As always, let me know what you think, whether you had any insights, whether it triggered off anything for you. And let's continue having this conversation about working in trauma-informed way as practitioners and supporting others and supporting ourselves. Take care of yourself for now. Bye for now.